this meditation experience, emphasis on warm, because up here where I am in Calgary, Canada, winter has arrived in full force. And we are bundling up, keeping ourselves warm. Of course, the most important thing is to be warm inside, warmth in my inner world. So I thought today we could explore decorating our inner world. And of course, we love to decorate the spaces that we move in. You know, we decorate our homes, our physical homes, according to what really comforts us and inspires us, and we feel comfortable, and what we find beautiful as well. I remember when we were moving our physical mother into assisted living, and part of my assignment was to decorate her room, to furnish her room. And it was very funny because we had to clean, etc. And so we had someone come in and they had left the window open. So I frantically called in to the staff and then told the nurse, can you please go into her room and close the room so she doesn't freeze when she arrives? And I got a call back, and the nurse said, we went into the room. And after I went to the room, I called everyone else into the room and said, this is what someone's room should look like. We just felt it was so important that she have a beautiful space to be in. And there were certain things that we were very particular about having in her room. And one of the main pieces was actually a picture of her father. She had a special chair that we had put in the room, and behind it, always behind it, was this beautiful picture of her father. So because part of it was the memory issues, and whenever she seemed a little bit lost, I would say, turn around, and she'd look at the picture and it grounded her. She never forgot. She'd forget me, but never forgot her physical father. So this was a very central piece in decorating her room, was that sense of anchoring or centering her, who she belonged to. Her father really helped to define who she was, and he was a lovely soul. The other piece that we had on the wall was, and again, she may not remember, but was all her certificates. You know, she had graduated, great effort. She graduated from a very beautiful university. She was very unique. The university has since contacted me. She was a very unique student. But also she had a certificate as a music teacher. So her certificates on the wall, again, she didn't remember them, but you know, it gave a feeling to the room. And the third, of course, was that it be very, very well organized, beautiful, but well organized, so that her day-to-day life could be very orderly, functionally, but also aesthetically very orderly. So imagine creating that space in your own inner world. How do I create that in my inner world, so that there's really always this very strong feeling of being anchored, knowing who I am, who I belong to, and that not being relative to the outer world. So my inner world has its own sense of self that is not dependent on the outer world. That's probably the most important decoration to have inside. And of course, a very good, strong understanding, psychology, if you will, decorating my inner world with a lot of understanding, a lot of maturity. And finally, it should be a beautiful space that I love to go into. And a space, because of that beauty, helps me to function in a very orderly and productive way as I move through the outer world. So let's go inside and take a moment to decorate our own inner world. It's very exciting. So sitting comfortably. And again, if you want to try this with the physical eyes open, wonderful, but definitely you want your inner eye open. We don't want to decorate with our eyes closed. In one thought, very excited, I enter my inner world. And perhaps the first thing I encounter is a lot of clutter, a bit of a disconnected and disorderly state. a lot of thoughts and feelings and just sort of free association in my inner world, a lot of noise. So the first thing I may want to do is just clean up a bit. And even just having a clear intention or objective can be a very powerful cleaning tool for my inner world. I hold the intention, I want to make my inner world a place I love to come to, that I enjoy spending time inside, a place of care and comfort, rejuvenation and renewal, upliftment, empowerment. Holding this intention is my cleaning implement for my inner world. Allows me to let go of a lot of thoughts that aren't really relevant to this moment and might pull me away from the task. So again, that inner vision, inner intention, creating a beautiful space inside that I love to return to again and again. Wouldn't even call it meditation, just a space I love to spend time in, to be in. And with that intention, it's as if I create a beautiful white canvas inside, a pure, pure space inside. And the first decoration, the main decoration I bring into my inner world is a very authentic, honest, real, and timeless sense of myself. That's what makes it such an enjoyable space, is I get to be with myself, have a beautiful relationship with myself. So I'm not going to bring in the decorations of the outer world, those labels of roles or responsibilities, not even relationships with others. Those are not the decorations I will use. And I don't even want to use the physical identity that already exists outside. So nothing about my age or gender or culture or race or language. A timeless, stunning decoration, sense of self. I am this wonderful entity, a soul, a spiritual being, so delicate, so subtle, so sparkling, and so full. All the beauty of the soul, all the qualities that make life beautiful are inside of me, the soul. I'm like a diamond. To bring this sense of self into my inner world is literally decorating my inner world with what feels like diamonds. Such a valuable sense of myself. And the most beautiful diamond is that I am a child of the most majestic, beautiful being. My DNA, my spiritual DNA is top notch because I am a child of God, the divine. My inherent character is so royal, so noble, so dignified. This is my main decoration. I take a lot of time to apply this decoration to my inner world, feeling all the qualities of the self, feeling that eternal, sublime relationship with the one we refer to as God, allowing all those feelings to decorate my inner world so it becomes a place where I always have a strong sense of self, impervious to whatever's going on outside. And I decorate my inner world with a lot of depth, a lot of maturity, that just as I am so beautiful, others are too. Less judgment, more understanding. When judgment comes into my inner world, I become very rigid, very immature, and very reactive. It destroys the ugliness or brings ugliness into my inner world. So lots of depth, lots of maturity in my inner world. And finally, always taking time to maintain the order of my inner world, not allowing it to become too complicated, too cluttered, too expansive. Whenever I find my inner space is becoming very cluttered and disordered, I take a moment to come back to the point that this is a space where I become more light, more free, more powerful, more peaceful. I don't bring the issues of the outer world into my inner world. I leave them outside the door so they don't destroy the decoration of my inner world. Only that which is timeless, eternal, and spiritual decorates my inner world. I'm not avoiding the outer world, but by keeping my inner world decorated in this way, I will be able to move through the outer world, face those issues of the outer world with so much grace and beauty. And I will bring the feelings of that success, those accomplishments, into my inner world, hang them on the walls, build that self-trust and confidence, knowing spirituality works. It is completely relevant to the outer world. By keeping my inner world decorated with all the treasures of spirituality, I will move through the outer world in such a royal and real way. Enjoy decorating your inner world. Don't call it meditation, just decorating your inner world. Be as creative as you choose. Thank you for joining. Om Shanti.